Hi Care Bears and families, welcome back. This week I want to talk a little bit about things you can do at story time. I hope that everyone is spending about 5 to 15 minutes per night reading a story with your little ones. That could include their home reading book, that's when they read to you, and it could include the books that you are reading to them or reading together. So that's probably about 3 to 5 books per night, 2 or 3 of which include their home reading book, so it should go by pretty fast. Again, we don't want to just read through the book. There are lots of things that we can do. We can look at pictures, we can look for words, we can point to the words, we can talk about the book. And talking about the book is what we're going to talk about today. I want us to specifically focus on connecting with the characters and the feeling that the characters are feeling in the stories. So for example, if you are reading The Carrot Seed with your little one, we've seen this book before. It was Mrs. Young's book pick one of the weeks, and the Care Bears know this book very well. So as you're reading The Carrot Seed, you can read through it, and then you can close the book and say, hey, let's talk about how the little boy is feeling in this book. I'm going to flip to some of the pages. For example, at first, a little boy planted a carrot seed. You can ask, how are you feeling? How do you think the little boy is feeling? They might say things like happy. And at this point, grown-ups can extend their vocabularies by saying, yes, I think he's excited to plant it. You might even say, I think he's hopeful. He's hopeful for that a plant will come up. At school, what we do is we would put a little happy face or excited face on a small Post-it and stick it on the page, just so we can keep track. So as you go and read, and it says everyone's telling him that the plant won't come up, and he was still working hard and working hard and working hard, and nothing came up, and still nothing came up. Now you can talk about, hey, how do you think he's feeling now? You can talk about what happened before, like how we worked really, really hard. Everyone's telling him it's not going to happen. Your little one might say he feels sad. So what we want to do is we can tell him, well, yes, I can see that he could be sad. He could also be worried. Maybe something's wrong with the seed. He can be disappointed. Maybe he was really hoping that a plant will come up. He might even be frustrated. So this is a good opportunity for them to use feeling words and to relate to the characters in the story. When little ones can relate to the feelings that the characters are going through, it will help them understand the story a lot better. And then, one day, look what happened, everybody. A carrot came up. Pause there and talk about how you're feeling right now. Boys and girls, tell mom and dad, how do you think the little boy is feeling? How do you feel? You're right, you might feel happy, you might feel excited, you might feel relieved that, whew, it's finally coming up. So most stories should lend itself really easily to conversations about feelings and how the characters are feeling and what they might be thinking. So this weekend and the coming weeks, I want you to focus on reading a story and then talking about how the characters are feeling. Have some good conversations about it. Are you ready for Mrs. Young's book pick this week? Well, I know we've talked about Laura Numeroff before. I wanted to show you a couple of the other books that is written by her and some of the things that you can do with these books. So if you give a mouse a cookie, or if you give a mouse, if you take a mouse to school series, lends itself very well to sequential thinking and retelling. So read through the story once, and then what you can do at the end is you can go through them again and say, hey, do you remember what happened first? So you might say, well, first you gave the pig a pancake, and then what happened? See if your little one can retell a little bit of that. And then flip the page to find out, oh, you're right, she'll want some syrup to go with it. And then what happened? You're right, she'll give her some of your favorite maple syrup. So this is great for retelling and sequential thinking and remembering parts about the story. You can even make your own book. If you were to give a pig a pancake, what would happen in your story? So lots of fun things and ideas to do this weekend. Spend a few minutes reading books and talking about it, but also spend some time outside playing, climbing, kicking, running. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.